Hello students, today's topic is determination of molecular weight of polymer. So let's start. The first process is osmotic pressure measurement method. The fact that for even very dilute solution, the osmotic pressure of high molecular weight polymer is quite large than the depression in freezing point or elevation in boiling point makes the osmotic pressure measurement very useful for the determination of molecular weight of polymer. The polymer solutions differ from solutions of ordinary substances in a way that these are considerable solute-solute interactions occurring due to substantial size of polymer molecules. As a result, polymer solutions, even at very low concentration of solute, show quite a large deviation from ideally dilute solution. Thus, Van 't Hoff equation in the form pi by C equal to RT by M, where C is the concentration in gram per liter. And this form is not applicable in the case of polymer solution. Milan and Mayer gave a modified equation, a type of virial equation like that for a gaseous system, to take into account solute-solute interaction as pi by C equal to RT into 1 by M plus A2C plus A3C square plus ... and continuing so on. We take this equation as equation 2 and the previous equation as equation 1. In this equation, A2, A3 are called virial coefficient such that A2 greater than A3 and ... These coefficients are related to solute-solute intermolecular forces in the solution and are dependent upon temperature. For ideally dilute solution, A2, A3 ... are all 0, so that equation 2 is reduced to Van 't Hoff equation. Now we see what happened for non-ideal dilute solution. So let's see. For non-ideal dilute solutions of polymer, it is adequate to take into consideration second virial coefficient only. Therefore, neglecting third and higher virial coefficient, we get pi by C equal to RT by M plus A2 into C and we take this equation as third. The constant A2 is a measure of deviation of polymer solution from ideality. In order to find true molecular weight of a polymer by this method, it is essential to 1. Measure osmotic pressure of the solution at several small concentration of it at equation 2. Plot of graph between pi by C and C, which should be expected to be linear, and we take this as 3. Extrapolate the graph to be 0 concentration under this condition. Limit C tends to 0, pi by C equal to RT by M. In equation, this is represented as equation 4. The equation 4 shows that Van 't Hoff equation is a limiting law for polymer solution. It is the graph pi by C against C, and we get this type of graph. Colligative property depends on the number of solute particles present in the solution and not on the size of the particles. Therefore, any colligative property provides a count of the number of solute molecules present rather than a determination of their sizes. The molecular weight value thus obtained by studying osmotic pressure of the polymer, measures the number average molecular weight Mn bar. I think you understand this. Now we are going to our next topic, and the next topic is viscosity method. It is a simple method based upon the measurement of viscosities of solutions of polymers. Since most of the natural and synthetic polymers are not spherical but either rod-like or thread-like with a long chain, there is free rotation about single bonds of the chain of the polymer. So, polymer exists in solution as a random coil and considerable molecule forces exist between the polymer and solvent molecules. Hence, viscosity of a solvent is increased due to the presence of macromolecules. Because the viscosity of a polymer solution depends upon the strength of intermolecular forces between the solute and the solvent molecules. It will depend upon the size and the shape of a polymer. We know that relative viscosity and its depend on eta r, eta r equal to eta by eta naught equal to d by d naught into t by t naught, where eta is the viscosity of polymer solution, eta naught is the viscosity of a pure solvent, d and d naught is the density of polymer and pure solvent respectively, and here T and T naught is the time for flow of polymer solution and pure solvent in a viscometer. Again, eta Sp equal to eta minus eta naught by eta naught, whereas eta by eta r minus eta minus 1. So, intrinsic viscosity eta equal to limit C tends to 0 eta Sp by C. The intrinsic viscosity can be calculated by plotting the values of Nsp by C against C for a series of solutions and the extrapolation of the linear curve, so obtained to zero concentration. Now here we plot Nsp by C versus C graph and we get this curve, and this is eta. Based upon the experimental work, Schrödinger, Kuhn, Mayer and Florey proposed an empirical equation relating molecular weight of a polymer and its intrinsic viscosity. For a series of polymer sessions in a given solvent and at constant temperature, this relation is expressed as eta equal to K into m to the power A. This is known as equation 1, where K and A are empirical constants. The constant K is characteristic of polymer and solvent and temperature. The value of A depends upon the shape or geometry of polymer molecules. We get A equal to 0 for a spherical shape, A equal to 0.5 to 0.7 for a random coiled shape, and A equal to 1.0 to 1.8 for a rigid rod-like structure. By knowing the values of K and A for a polymer, the value of M, the molecular weight of the polymer, can be calculated. It must be noted that the equation 1 is valid only for low concentration of the polymer solution. What is equation A? Equation A is eta equal to K into m to the power A. Here we take this equation 1, and from this we get log eta equal to log K plus A in A log M, and we denoted this as equation 2. And we get a curve log n versus log m, and it is just like the slope of this line gives the value of A and intercepts in y-axis gives the value of log K. Once the values of K and A are known, the molecular weight of the polymer can be calculated. The molecular weight obtained by this method is called the viscosity average or the average viscometer molecular weight. mv bar defined as mv bar equal to summation of ni mi to the power 1 plus a by summation of ni mi whole to the power 1 by a, and we denoted this as equation 3. Where the value of A is given by equation 1, practically mv differs from mw bar but not more than 20%, and further if A equal to 1 then mv bar equal to mw bar. So it's all about today's lecture, and today we finish the chapter polymer. Okay, thank you.